Hello there, welcome back. This is Sheepishly here once again, and today I will be very quickly going through what build I've been playing and how my day 1 experience of the Path of Exile 2 Early Access has been so far. It has been an absolute blast playing the Deadeye Grenadier, which admittedly I stole from Rue 2, but Rue's an amazing build creator and I do have to give him credit for this one. It has been an absolute joy to play. In the video, you would have seen how quickly I was able to get down the Act 3 boss Doriani. It was all thanks to the special interaction of gas grenades and explosive grenades. Both of them is only on 3 link as well. I actually haven't found enough Jeweler's orbs to actually bring this up to 4 link, which will increase its damage dramatically. Now, the thing to know about gas grenades, if you read it, it doesn't sound that impressive, but if you press Alt and come over here to see what the explosion does, it does an absolutely staggering amount of 483% attack damage, and this will just go up and up and up as you level this skill up. So how this skill functions is that we toss a gas grenade out, and then after a couple seconds it's going to detonate, right? Detonate your chain there, and then it's going to release this dust cloud. And what we want to do is we want to detonate this dust cloud in some way. For example, we can detonate it using explosive shot. Bam, look at that. That's the explosion that's going to do 500% attack damage. The combo we want to do is actually using explosive grenade, which has very high multipliers in its own right. We want to toss explosive grenades into a gas grenade to explode it. Bam! Look at that. That's the humongous explosion you've been seeing that's been popping off on Doriani and absolutely one-shotting the boss. As you would have seen there, there's a massive delay with the fuse timers on these grenades. The combo that I have been experimenting with and I've been having a humongous amount of success for is to toss out the explosive grenade first and then toss out the gas grenade. You can see the gas grenade actually detonates first and then the explosive grenade detonates. This is taking advantage of the fact that gas grenades have a fuse time of just 2 seconds, whilst explosive grenades have a fuse time of 2.5 seconds, which is obviously scaled up a little bit more with our passive tree from cluster bombs, which increases fuse duration, but also we're trying to scale it down with things like volatile grenades as well. It's actually quite a comfy playstyle, so the optimal combo is actually 1 explosive grenade and 2 gas grenades, like so. Explosive, gas, gas. You see the second gas grenade just barely have enough time to detonate as the explosive grenade detonates. Let's try that again. Absolutely perfect. Now you might be thinking, this still looks a bit clunky, what if the boss moves around? This is where the flash grenade comes in. Flash grenade is an absolutely insane grenade for the Grenadier playstyle. It has 400% more stun build up, and then we link it with Overpower with another 50% more stun build up, cooldown reduction to make it come up faster, and then Ruthless, which means that every 5th use of the spell will have 500% more stun build up as well, and this is all multiplicative with each other. If my math is right, and they usually are, every 5th shot means that a flash grenade will do 44 times the stun build up. You'll absolutely be stunning bosses left, right, and center, and when they're stunned is when you unload our insane damage combo, explosive, gas, gas. You're just gonna blow up the entire room, right? You're just gonna blow up the entire room. Going through our other skills, we do have an explosive shot here if I want to detonate the gas grenades manually, but I very rarely use this. Explosive grenades does a good enough job that I really need to use the explosive shot. If I do use this though, I would link it with double barrel just so that I have it up more often and don't have to reload as often. For aura, I chose Wind Dancer and I linked it with Clarity. We do run into some mana issues, so having a really good mana floss is actually very important. And Vitality, just a little bit of life regen to make the chip damage a little bit more bearable going through the acts. Flash grenades, I have it linked, as I said, Overpower for more stun build up, Ingenuity for more cooldown reduction. You can also use flash grenades to clear maps. It actually does quite a bit of good damage there. And finally, Ruthless for that massive 500% more stun build up on every 5th shot. Gas grenades, I only have a 3 link at the moment. I have Magnified Effect as well as Scatter Shot. And the reason these are the 2 best supports is to increase the coverage as well as the overlap and shotgunning potential of the gas grenades when you detonate them. If you have a 4 link or a 5 link, you're putting other damage supports such as Fire Infusion or Fire Penetration or anything like that, and you're going to have a wonderful time with gas grenades. Rapid Shot is something Rue uses quite a bit in his build guide, but I don't know if it's that good because at this stage of the build, my cooldowns on my grenades are so short, I'm just spamming grenades anyways, and Rapid Shot has this massive delay when you first try to use it, so it is not that kind of like feel good to actually use. One thing Rudy mentioned is that Rapid Shout will very quickly help us build up, let's have a look here, our Tailwind. And Tailwind is massive for any Deadeye build because it gives you 1% movement speed, 3% increased skill speed, and 15% increased evasion per stack, and that's absolutely humongous, in making the build feel good, and that's absolutely true. But for a Grenadier, we actually have a cheating way of doing this. So I have on my skill bar Rapid Shot and Explosive Shot. If you just toggle between them, if you just try to load different ammos, you can see how quickly I'm able to get up my Tailwind, and I'm just running around and trying to reload all my ammo, and I'll be on max Tailwind. So there's really not much need for Rapid Shot, and it's something that I think I will be taking out of my build once I have other things going for me. At the moment though, sometimes it's nice to build up a massive gas grenade if you can get some Rapid Shots and heat build up as well. For the passive skill tree on the ascendancies, if you haven't ascended yet, please check out my guide for how to ascend. I already have a video out on how to do the first sanctum. I will also have a video out taking you through how I approach the ultimatum encounter, which is quite a bit harder actually. I failed that like 2 or 3 times before I finally got through it. For a Deadeye Grenadier, you want to go for Gathering Ruins first. Whether using Rapid Shots or the ammo swapping tech, you just have so much movement speed and skill speed, which just makes the build so much smoother to play. You can take Winged Ward to get a little bit tankier, but hey, I'm a soft core player at heart. I want more damage, so I went with Point Blank, which means that you do 20% more to hit damage, which is an absolutely humongous amount. You just have to stand a little bit closer to the bosses. In terms of passives, we want to come down here, take Honed Instincts first for a bit of damage, and then Clean Shot for more projectile damage. Coming down here for Eagle Eye as well as Blood, just to pick up some more movement speed. If you want to, you can pick up these small movement speed nodes here. Movement speed is fairly hard to come by in POE 2, so this is quite nice to take. Coming down here for the small attribute travel nodes, you want to take some strength and intelligence, whatever you need to be able to afford to use your skill gems. And then we take heavy ammunition as well as careful aim. I haven't taken careful aim yet. You do want to take it because you tend to blind yourself quite a bit with the stun grenades and you tend to miss, so it is not fun at all. We do have some mana issues. You can take Arcane Alchemy if you want to. It does give you a lot of very good mana flash regen. The Talent Challenge really helps out as well to be able to socket any blue support gems. Coming over here, you want to take Remorseless for more projectile damage and build up. Volatile Catalyst is very nice for the cooldown reduction. I opted not to take Ricochet. For 2 points, I would much rather path to something much more useful, such as continuing on this insane 2-hand weapon cluster. You want to take all these small nodes which have really good damage, as well as take Colossal Weapons, which gives you 10 strength, again just helping you out with those stat requirements on this build. Finally, we come over here to take this Grenadier cluster, bomb cluster. You want to take every single node here, everything's absolutely amazing. Grenade feels for us an additional projectile, that's like double damage. Grenadier has 1 cooldown use, that's double damage yet again. It is just fantastic cluster, you have to take this. I really like this part of the skill tree where he comes over here for more movement speed and attack speed, just go overall to make the skill feel a little bit smoother, and then finally coming over here for Volatile Grenades to reduce the fuse duration. Volatile Grenades is one of the most important nodes to counteract the effects of my cluster bombs. You don't want to spend all day waiting for your grenades fuse timers to run out, so this is something that's very important. I haven't got up to there yet, but next I'm going to be taking is the Distracting Presence. A little bit of cooldown recovery just to make me able to spam more grenades, which is very nice. And then I might come down here to take the Repeating Explosive, 15% more damage. Why not? Lastly, I thought I might come over here and show you guys how I crafted my bow, which is a very nice crossbow I've been using for quite a while now. Really, what you want to do is be checking your vendor, especially in Act 2 and Act 3, because what you can have, and I will hover it over a second, there we go. You have this Bombard crossbows, which has implicit grenade skills for 1 additional projectile, which is absolutely insane. That's like, a 4-point ascendancy on the Deadeye for 1 additional projectiles, and it's just right there for the taking on the crossbow. So this crossbow is absolutely amazing. I very much lucked out on this one. Not only is it on the right base, grenade skills for additional projectile, it also came with 2 sockets, which is very, very important whenever you're crafting weapons. And it has a very nice fist roll, 10 to 26 physical damage. Let's see how I craft it. If you haven't watched my crafting guide for POE 2 Early Access, please give that a watch as well, because what we're doing here is very much what I've described there. So first of all, we use an augmentation orb to add another suffix to the crossbow. Didn't turn out very well. Reduce attribute requirements, not that important, but hey, let's hit it again with a Regal Orb, which will make the item rare. Okay, we hit 12 to 28 cold damage. Not the best, but not the worst either. We're really looking for a high percentage fist roll. But now the weapon is a rare item, which means I can have 6 mods, so we're gonna be slamming them with some Exalted Orbs. Alright, the first Exalt, let's see what we hit. Okay, this is not bad. We hit Hybrid Accuracy and Percentage Fist. The only unlucky thing is that we already have a cold damage onto this bow, which means our prefixes is filled. It would be nice if that cold damage was a percentage fist, but hey, that's asking for too much. We're just Exalt slamming Vision Crafting here. Now let's see how the second Exalt Orb does. Not bad, gain 12 mana per enemies killed. It does help a little bit with the, let me just pause here. It does help a little bit with clearing trash, but for boss fight doesn't really do much. And then lastly we slam down 17 dexterity, which is not too bad. But now we're just double slamming with the Iron Rune, which, you know, gives 20% increased physical damage each, and we're topping it up with more Blacksmith Whetstones, which will give it even more attack damage. Fast forward a little bit more, we're just slamming it with more Blacksmith Whetstones to increase the quality, and let's see if we can get up to 20%. That's the bow I'm using. An absolute monster of a bow, 43 to 144 physical damage, 12 to 28 cold damage. Cold damage doesn't really do much, but it's quite nice. And then we have Grenade Fires for 1 additional projectiles. Well, there you go. That's my day 1 summary of how my Grenadier Deadeye character has been going. Again, shout out to Rue for introducing this build concept to me. I've been having a lot of fun with it. The gas grenades explosion tech has been absolutely fun to play. You're just blowing up the entire screen, and I cannot wait to see, with more gear upgrades, with more endgame scaling, how this build will end up in the future. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. This is Sheepishly, and I hope you have a great POE 2 early access launch. Thank you. See you next time. Bye bye.